Follow your purpose, pursue your passion, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. That is some crazy business, y'all. Today, we are going to talk about the Good Life Project podcast with the guest Elizabeth Gilbert. I love this conversation. It resonates so deeply with me because I have never been one of those people that's had this like one true purpose or passion in my life that I just knew I needed to pursue and follow. And that I've just heard that so many times in my life, so much. And I just have always kind of felt like, for years, I felt like, oh, I'm failing. Like, I just haven't found my thing. Maybe I'm not motivated enough. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm broken in some way that I don't know what my passion is or how to pursue it. And I love this conversation because what Elizabeth Gilbert talks about, which is something I discovered several years ago that has really just reframed and changed everything for me, is that a lot of people actually don't know their passion. A lot of people aren't necessarily super clear on their purpose. And what we can do instead is follow our curiosity. We can say, hey, what am I interested in? What do I want to explore? Like, where can I find some sense of adventure? And for me, that has brought me that excitement, that feeling of purpose, that feeling of pursuing something that matters. So I just love flipping this narrative around, and it resonates so deeply with me as something that has been incredibly impactful in my life. Another part of the conversation I think is really useful addresses our societal narrative around fear. We often approach fear with this narrative of like, we have to crush it, we have to defeat it, like we have to overcome it. And in a lot of ways, that's not necessarily the best way to deal with that emotion, right? Fear exists for a reason. It's actually, it turns out, super useful for keeping us alive and keeping us safe. But it shows up sometimes when we don't need it. So I know for me, whenever I push really hard against my fear, what I get back is kind of more pushing, right? Like almost a reinforcement of why I should be afraid. And Elizabeth Gilbert talks about like, hey, let's just talk about this narrative in a way of a more collaborative relationship with our fear rather than a relationship based in conflict, right? Let's thank our fear for the good work it does for us. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate that you're looking out for me. You're always there when I need you. And right now, I got it under control. So I don't really need you here right now. So if you could just hang out and be cool, like I'm gonna do the things I need to do and we're gonna be fine. And that is such a different approach, such a more collaborative approach, such a less tension-filled, frustrating approach, right? So I really enjoy the conversation around that as well. The Good Life Project podcast with Elizabeth Gilbert. I'll put the link in the description, the notes below, so I hope you enjoy.